Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Faith. So before we jump in, I just want to apologise for being away for a while. I don't know what it was, I just wasn't in the mood to film, but last night I was sitting thinking, you know what, I kind of miss filming, so today I've just sat down and I'm making myself film. As you can see from the title, today we're going to be playing around with some OPV beauty products. OPV Beauty is a black-owned, cruelty-free brand, and I thought I want to do a little series of all the black-owned, cruelty-free brands that I actually have. So just to bring awareness to them, and as a way to show my support in the Black Lives Movement matter, because honestly, all lives will not matter until Black lives do, and that is the simple truth. So let's jump into the video. So for primer today, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Putty Primer in Creme. I'm just taking it on, I think this is the Real Techniques base brush. And I'm just going to take that all over the lid. I really love this primer. As you can see, I got like a major dent into it. It's become one of my go-to primers, and I'm obsessed. So if you can hear any whirring noises, it's because obviously, as you can see, I've got my fan on because I'm actually quite hot at the minute for some reason. Even though it's really cloudy and kind of horrid outside here in my town at the minute. So the first shade we're going to go in with from the OPV Beauty Spotlight palette is the shade Public Eye, which is this one right here. I've just literally hit pan on it today because I've been using it so much. I honestly love this palette. Let me find a better mirror for myself to use instead of that one, because that covers my face and we want to see what I'm doing. So I'm just literally taking Public Eye and taking it all through the front up to my brow and blending it in the front bit. Kind of annoyed because I've got like a little spot coming right there and it's a pain in the butt. But you know, that's life. Really not that important when you take into account everything going on in the world. So just taking Public Eye, going all the way up to my brow and wringing it out. And then whatever's left, I'm just going to blend into the front of my brow. Let me turn my larger mirror around so it's bigger side. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Glimmer, which is this orangey shade right here. And the brushes that I was using are the royallangnickel and Moda crease brushes. So I'm just taking Glimmer all the way through the crease. It'll get covered up anyway, but like I always say, because I did it on this eye, I have to do it on this eye. So how's everyone doing anyway? I hope you're all safe and healthy. And while we were getting it, I hope you enjoyed the nice warm weather if you live here in the UK. We had like a little bit of a mini heat wave, which I was not complaining about. I absolutely loved it. And today, and yesterday, I think it was yesterday? Yeah, it was. It was rainy. Which is nothing new. I don't know why I keep on going to use that mirror. You can't see what I'm doing, and I do. But apparently we're going to be in for another heat wave, which I'm kind of excited for, but also kind of not. Because in England, when we get the heat, we don't really get this. We don't get the wind, and we need the wind. So I'm going to go back in with my original brush, and then just blend. Now I'm going in with another crease brush, and I'm going to take the shade Dazzelnight, which is this stunning like browny matte brown shade right here. And that's going to go through the crease, and I'm actually going to take it all the way through, which I don't usually do, but for some reason I did it on this side, so I don't know why. So like I said, oh, that was a bit too much. Ooh. Okay, going back in with that shade that had Glimmer on it, and then just quickly blending that out. Ooh. I forgot how pigmented that shade can be. So now I'm going to go back in with that shade Dazzelnight and just work it through the crease. And there. Now I'm going to pick up a tiny bit more. But that's what I forgot to do last time. Tap off the excess. You really need to tap off the excess with these shadows as well, because they are, boom, pigmented and intense. And although I love it, it can be a bit of a shock if you don't need to do it. So going back in with the brush that had Glimmer, and then just blending them. Oh, where's that rubber brush I was using before for the... Ah, yeah. Now I'm actually going to turn my fan off for a second while I do this. I'm going to go in with the shade Xposure, which is a stunning black. And I'm taking that on my dual-ended crease and smudge brush, tapping the excess off of that, and I'm just going to start to build this up in the outer V area. First I'm just tapping it on, kind of alternating between tapping and doing circular motions and blending outwards. And really tapping the excess off, even though there's not much left. I'm just going to use whatever's left just to blend back and forth and blend upwards slightly. And I'm going to take that shade that had Dazzelnight on it, that brush I should say, and then just continue to really softly diffuse the edge of Xposure. Now I'm going to take up a bit more of Xposure. Once again tapping the excess off. And I'm just going to first dab that onto the outer V and then dab the rest where I want it. We're going to be tiny bit more. The only downside about using dual-ended brushes is that when you do, you can kind of get it all over your hand, and considering it's a black, it's a bit of a pain. Oh well. Now I'm going to pick up a tiny bit of Dazzelnight, which is that brown one. Ready, sort out my specky hair there. And now I'm just going to really work to blend Xposure out so we've got a nice seamless blend. One thing I will say, these shadows, they blend out so effortlessly and easily, it is ridiculous. Going in with the original crease brush that had the shade Public Eye, picking up a tiny bit more, and tapping it stuff, and then just using that to give all those shades a final blend. Now for the main lid shade, the first one we're going to go in with is this icy bluey one right here, which is called Limelight. And I'm just picking that up on a flat brush that, ooh, sorry, I just nearly dropped the palette. I don't know what this is, I got it years ago when I first got into makeup. Just spraying that shade with some of my fixing spray. And Limelight is going to go on the first half of the lid. Pick up a tiny bit more. Now just really tap that onto the lid so the pigments, the shadow is nice and sparkly. Now I'm going to go in with this is a Morphe brush. Don't know what number it is because it's rubbed off. And I'm going to take the shade Hype, which is this stunning dark blue. It's kind of like a navy blue, but not quite. And once again, I'm just going to give the shadow a spritz, and that's just going to go straight in the middle, and as you can see, boom. And first I'm just like dragging and kind of stamping the shadow on where I want it, and then I'm just gonna gently tap the edges of Xposure and Limelight so we get a nice seamless blend. Just like so. Now I'm gonna highlight my brow bone, so I'm looking for me palette, and I'm going to take this shade Saint Holy. This is by thecollectivecosmetics. And like I said, I'm just going to highlight the brow bone with this shade. I don't know why I put my mirror down. Now, where did I... Here we go. I swear, I'm a complete mess when it comes to filming. I've got everything everywhere. I'm going to take a makeup wipe and clean up any of the fallout as well as create a nice sharp line, like always. Like so. Then ensure that I've got all of the fallout. And there's no black left anywhere, which there isn't. So, what do I want to do now? Think while I wait for my skin to dry slightly, I'm just going to coat my top lashes in mascara. I'm just using the Worth the Hype, can't see it, Worth the Hype mascara by NYX Cosmetics. I'm just going to apply a couple of generous coats to my top lashes. I don't know why I went like lashes. Very weird. I don't know what it is. Whenever I do mascara, I always go like that. It is so weird. I would tilt my head as well a lot of the time when I do. Okay, so the top lash done. Now I'm going to go with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm going to apply that where I'm going to put my concealer. I like to take it on my index and middle fingers. And just work the primer all under my arm where I'm going to apply the concealer, like I said. It is advised that with the primer you actually wait roughly like 30 seconds after you've applied it, so that's what I'm going to do. So while I wait for the primer to dry, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Primer Infused blush, bronzer in Forever Sunkissed. I'm just going to bronze my forehead along the bottom of my jawline. Pinch and down the shade of my nose. So under my lip. Okay. Yep. That feels ready about now. Don't know if it's been 30 seconds or what. Oh well, if it hasn't. I'm going to take, for concealer today, I'm going to be using a new one. This is the I Am Magic Concealer by Juviasplace. I've got two of these. I've got the shades 19 and 20. Today I'm going to be using the shade 20. And I'm going to apply some just there. And then just going to obviously work to blend this out. Turn my sponge on its side just so I can get a nice sharp line up to where the shadow is. As always, I have taken this out a tiny bit past my brow just because it helps to feminize and elongate that part of my face, and because I've put quite a bit of weight on during lockdown, any little help I can get. Now for baking powder today, I'm going to be taking the I Am Magic baking powder in the shade White Sand by Juviasplace. I'm just going to apply that obviously everywhere I put the concealer. This is the only second time I'm using this powder, but so far I like it. It is really, really nice. Nice and finely milled, which is always a plus. And it actually does a very nice job of brightening my face up. So now that's been on, I'm just going to wait roughly a couple more seconds, and while I do that I'm just going to take some of the Saint Heavily highlight and just apply some to the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, put the brow. Now I'm just going to wipe away all that bank. It's weird because it does look like it hasn't wiped away in certain areas, but then it has. I think it's just how the powder is. So I'm actually going to take my angle brush and just really show that it's all white, that powder's all gone, and it is. But like I said, it has done a very nice job of brightening my face, and I really, really like the concealer and setting powder actually as well. So now I'm going to go back in with my dual-ended brush, and where did I put the palette? No, that isn't the palette. There it is. I'm going to go back in with the shade Xposure, which is the black. Force of habit going to the palette mirror. Oh, you okay, Lucky? Sorry, that was my dog then. And I'm just going to take Xposure, run it along the bottom part, outer part, and wing it out slightly till it meets the top shade. And then I'm going to go in with another smudge brush and take that shade Hype. And that just gone into the black. This shade right here. Would it really be a tutorial of mine if I didn't make some sort of mess and noise? I don't think so. So that's just going to go on the middle part of my bottom lash. Where's my other smudgy brush? Down somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there we go. Now I'm taking the e.l.f. smudge brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Limelight, the light blue. And that's just going to go on the inner part of my bottom lid. Now to blend that out, I'm going to take the e.l.f. eye blending brush, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of Dazzelnight, but mix it with that shade Public Eye. So Dazzelnight and Public Eye. Just taking like 2 little dabs of Dazzelnight and then a couple of dabs of Public Eye. And just run that under and start to blend out those shades. And it looks weird at first, I don't know why. I think it's because of the brush I'm using, but it's fine. And I'm going to go back in with just a tiny bit of just Public Eye on its own. And then I'm just going to work to blend out a tiny bit more before I go in with the main lid shade that had Public Eye on its own. Sorry, I'm just watching my dog literally tear one of his bone toys up. And to further blend, I'm going to do, I'm going to take the I Heart Evolution Milk Chocolate Palette, as always, the translucent shade, then just run that underneath so it blends even more. Now I'm going to take my highlighting brush by royallangnickel and Glimmer, the BOM-17 eye highlighter brush, and taking that same highlighter, Saint Holy by thecollectivecosmetics, spritzing that, and then I'm just going to apply this to my inner corners, just to help brighten that area, give it a nice glowy appearance. Before I take my mascara and drop the tube on the floor. Luckily I haven't dropped the wand. I'm just going to apply a tiny bit of mascara, obviously, to my bottom lashes, as well as apply a tiny bit more to the top. Now I'm going to continue bronzing my face. This is obviously the same bronzer from before, the Forever Sunkissed Prime Infused Bronzer by Elf. And for blush, I'm actually going to be using an eyeshadow. Not from this palette, it's from this one. This is the Douce, I think it's pronounced, palette by Juviasplace. And I'm going to take the shadow Creme right here. And I'm just going to apply that to my cheeks. Onto my nose. And take it back. I've used this shadow actually for blush dozens of times and it never fails to impress me. I love it. Now I'm just going to take a tiny bit of St. Holy and start to work on applying that to my cheeks so I can highlight. I'm gonna spritz it. There we go. Don't know if you can see, but very, very nice. I'm gonna go back in with my blush. To ensure that everyone's nice and blended before I go in with my lipstick. And today I'm going to be using the OPV matte liquid lipstick in the shade 10. It's called Sohosecret. Just get my little compact so I can see what I'm doing properly. Oops. I did not realise I'd left my trainers on. Luckily. Oh, that's a blue turn off. Yep. Now I'm just going to take my makeup wipe just to ensure that the sides, the corners of this are alright. Don't know what it is. Certain liquid lipsticks I really suck at applying, but doesn't help when you have suffer with tremors. Oh. And so now I'm just going to spray my face. Just using the packet that the palette came in. Alright, that's the completed look, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and hit that bell notification. Also follow me on Instagram. It's just faith_beauty_XOXO. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.